It has been brought to my attention that the humans Garrett Gunn, Dr. Christina Blanche, and Kat Wallace have taken the tragic death of my human John and my subsequent and ongoing brutal retaliation against everyone involved and made a cartoonish mockery of my pain in something called an effing Kickstarter. I want to set the record straight. I am not now, nor have I ever been, a good boy. You've been warned. What's up, the internet? It's Kyle. Ignore my spammy comment. Visit goodboycomic.com to find out more about Good Boy Comic from our friends Garrett Gunn and Christina Blanche. All right. Now, it's time to bring in the ultimate spammy comment, a.k.a. Nick. I knew I could figure out how to make it good. And he's froze. Either that or he's mocking me. Either one, we're okay with. Welcome into the original art experience, guys. I am Kyle. That is the frozen picture of Nick. I'll bring it back over to myself until he figures out why he's frozen. We are here to bring you original art and all of its forms, including a couple of, I know we have lithographs later. Those were big and exciting last week. People really seem to like them. And yeah, so we'll have those in just a minute once Nick rejoins us here. He is having some technical issues. He froze up right in the middle of my great sick burn. So, just to stall for time, I'm Kyle. I am the executive producer here on The Experience. So let me take this time while we're waiting for Nick to get back. He's restarting his computer because I just got an email that says he'll be back in a second. To remind you that tonight, following this, I am right back here wearing different clothes, ironically, talking to a guy by the name of Dave Chisholm, who is the writer and artist on Eisner-nominated book Chasing the Bird from Z2 Comics. And then following that will be Friday Night Live with Comics Unlimited, live from Cleveland, Tennessee. Nancy does everybody's favorite segment on that show, the Photo of the Week. Nancy's been in the industry for over 30 years, and she has amazing photos with people that you're like, wait, that's you and Todd McFarlane and this person that, you know, and Jack Kirby or something. She has amazing photos for the Photo of the Week segment, which is always super fun. And then tomorrow, Nick and John, or Nick and Rex, or Nick and I, Nick will be back with Comics Collectibles with Dynamic Forces, where we will be bringing you some of the greatest things that Dynamic Forces has to offer. We're back, but Nick's zoomed in entirely too far on his own face, and I wouldn't do that to you. So we're going to let him get set up. Hey, there's Rex.
Hey, what's happening?
We're back. You're sideways. Are you?
Yeah, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Yes, Nick, are you on your phone? There we go.
Yeah,
nope.
He is.
Rex.
We've got Amy helping us as always.
Well, then we know we're in good hands.
Yes, literally. Actually, she's holding the phone.
We'll get Amy. I'll send you the link for a good phone tripod, so that you don't have to, you know. Yeah, I'll send you a link for a good phone tripod so you don't have to like have arm day in the middle of the show.
There we go.
So,
ordered from Amazon.
Yeah, I actually just bought a new one, so I could send her a link for a good one.
Well, I tell you what, I'm sure the fans are here to see the art, not me anyway. So while I'm rebooting the computer, trying to get everything going, Rex will start showing some of the art, and I will talk a little bit about it with him.
CJ James, what's up, buddy? Thank you for bearing with us while I stall live on the air. Ooh.
This is a nice piece, guys.
This is JSA number 41. It is page 8 and 9, 2-page spread. Now, our boy Mark Bagley had a short run at DC, only 3 years, Although, considering Mark Bagley's one of the artists that's actually able to stay on a book on a consistent basis, saying he had a short run may be underselling him a little bit. The guy is one of the best artists in the industry. Obviously, he's best known for Spider-Man and his Marvel work, and he has touched every major Marvel character. He's had a run on the Hulk. He's had a run on Spider-Man, as I said, Mighty Avengers, Fantastic Four, quite a nice array of Marvel characters. But at DC, he did the Justice League. He did the Justice Society. And in his run, he had this beautiful 2-page spread that I fell in love with. Now, this is something that I am bringing out on the air tonight because I want to show it to the fans. This is a beautiful 2-page spread. You've got Dr. Fate, Obsidian, Dr. Midnight, and more. So we're going to talk about this. This is one of the pieces of art we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Teen Titans 15.
All right, guys. I know Amy's doing her best, but you need to hold the things up higher.
There you go. I'm going to leave it to
go. There we go. Because Amy's holding steady, but y'all are holding it below the frame there. Awesome.
Well, I'm not.
Hey, that's a flash. That looks like a flash. Is that a flash?
It is a flash. It's a flash with all the Teen Titans. So this is Brett Booth when he relaunched the Teen Titans in Rebirth with DC Comics. It's just an incredible page. I am going to do what I've done in the past, which is show the Teen Titans page that I got from Brett that I was so excited that I ripped part of it. It is just such a funny, embarrassing moment that for any of our fans that haven't seen that, we want to show that. Then on top of that, we have Avengers Academy. We have there we go. I'll move this. You do that. Avengers Academy, issue 10, page 4. This is by Sean Chen and Scott Hanna.
Now, Nick, I want to mention that you're getting a little bonus. Have you seen the back of this?
I have.
How cool is that?
Oh, you get write-ups.
Yeah. Well, no. The sketches that you have on the back.
No, isn't that fantastic?
That's cool. I mean, that's really cool because you see where it begins before they fill it all in. That is super cool.
Welcome, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
Good to see you. We'll be back in our normal view here in a minute. Everybody check out the parking lot there, as well as the original page from Avengers Academy #1. I'm not giving you a hard time, Amy. I'm just busting chops. A 2-for page on right here in front of you. You get line art, process work, and then you get the original ink piece. CJ James says that Sean Chen loves to do that.
Loves to do what?
Work out the figures on the back and then flip it over and do the actual piece.
Yes.
So you get the 2-for.
Yeah, exactly. The 2-for-1, right? That's really. I didn't notice this when we first got this piece. When I first got the piece to do the write-ups and with Amy, and I just happened to be holding it up and I'm staring right at it like, wow, look at that.
Right?
Two pieces of art in one.
It's like when you go to the vending machine and 2 candy bars fall out. It's a double prizer.
Isn't that the greatest feeling? Or when you find $20 in the laundry that was stuck in your jeans.
Right.
I'm going to help you do laundry if I can find $20.
All right. We got to... all right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to switch this. We're going to go like that. Mute this here.
You have now entered
The
Twilight Zone.
All right.
Is that better?
Yeah, I kicked your phone out of the studio. Thank you, Amy. You can skip arm day.
Amy saved our butts.
Thank God. You know, the crazier part is Rex was getting ready an hour before the show. He was that excited. At 5:06 Eastern time, Rex was like, Nick, we got to go on the air. And I said, no, we don't go on the air till 7. So we're prepping for tomorrow night show because we got some really cool comic collectibles tomorrow night that you're going to love. And all of a sudden it's 4 minutes to 7. And Amy's like, you guys had a show to do. It's like, ah. So anyway, listen, tonight we're talking about original art. And what we're trying to do here at The Experience
and with Dynamic Forces and Dynamite Entertainment is to bring you as much cool original art as possible. Some of the original art is art that I own personally. Some of the original art is art that I'm working with friends to sell. I want to grow the original art market. You know, we want to grow this fandom. And that is part of the goal of the experience, to bring art to a larger audience. You know, we've got some great, great people in the industry. You know, my buddy Jordan there, you know, he's been a great supporter of us. Thank you, Jordan. We've got the comic art fans. We've got Bill Cox. You know, basically, he is one of the greatest proponents of original art that the market ever could have hoped for. If you haven't been there, go to comicartfans.com, check it out. You'll see hundreds of thousands, I think, of pages of original art. It is the most in-depth website for original art. It is the best database. Matter of fact, tonight at 9 o'clock, Bill actually has a show that he runs on his Comic Art Fan live on YouTube, where he gives you a recap of this week's items. So
I think Jordan has.
So to answer Jordan's question, this is page 4. So this would be an interior splash.
I'm pretty sure this is a splash. To let everybody know, Jordan is the man. So last week, do you remember that JLA 112 cover splash that we sold last week, Kyle?
I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
It was a Ron Garney JLA 112 with Superman in the middle.
Yes,
Batman,
I remember
Wonder
Ron
Woman.
Garney.
Okay. Jordan emailed me after the fact and said, Nick, you do know this was a cover that I bought. And we sold it, I think, for $1,700. I had it priced at $2,000. That bad boy was a $4,000 cover at least.
I want to answer Kyle's question. I know what you had for breakfast. Didn't you just say you were fasting for blood work? You didn't have anything for
Yeah,
breakfast.
that's probably why I don't remember. But also, I think my body is eating my brain for calories. So
There you go. That happened to me a long time ago, which is why I don't have a brain left. So, but I'm bummed. Anyway, so last week, Jordan emails me. He's like, you know, Nick, I have to tell you, that's actually a cover. He's like, I double checked. Are you sure you want to sell it to me at the 1,700? And, you know, I was like, you know what? I offered it at that much. So it's yours at that much. So kudos to Jordan for giving us the heads up. And that's why he's asking with the smiley face if this is a cover or a splash. This one is definitely a splash. And look, we're bringing some great artwork to you at tremendous prices. We will.
you know, we never did mention what the price was on that piece.
We didn't
If Jordan's
mention-
asking about it, asking after it. Maybe we should tell him what it's going for.
Oh, yeah.
Avengers Academy. Let's look that one up.
I could tell you.
Why don't you say it?
Go ahead. You first.
$495.
So this is a really cool splash, Young Avengers, with where Marvel's going. And we try, listen, we'll bring things up, wash hands. I'm missing something. That's got to be a young man's lingo that I don't get.
That's an emoji. Actually, he put an emoji in, and YouTube didn't have a way to convert it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that emoji is, but just so you guys know, we were talking about this already. There's 2 pieces of art here. There's the front and the back, so that's only $247.50 a piece of art.
I
Per
don't
side.
know. I would say it's more like maybe $75 and $420.
Well, there you go.
So, all right. So this is Young Avengers. All kidding aside, we're bringing this.
It's a clapping emoji.
Thanks, man. Thanks. No, you know what, Jordan? You were actually the solid guy because you let us know, and that's greatly appreciated. On our show, we only talk about price in regards to letting you know the value, or at least the value we feel the artwork is at. We never want you to buy any artwork as a form of speculation. The only way to grow the art field is for you to buy art that you love. If you buy what you love, you will always be happy. You know, and that's also why I brought up Comic Art Fans, because tonight at 9 o'clock on Friday, I know people see this later sometimes. They'll watch it later. So almost every Friday. Next week, Bill's on vacation, so not next Friday, but almost every Friday, Bill does a weekly update of how much original art is sold. And some of the numbers can be staggering. So we bring you the value of the art just so that you have a feel for it, because whether it's $200 or $500 or $1,700 like Jordan spent last week, it's money. It's real money. So we want to give you a feel. In my opinion, this Sean Chen splash, I don't know, $600 plus. I'm bringing it at $495. I'm trying to remember what it was originally priced at. I can't remember right now, but this is over 10 years old, I think. And this is a beautiful splash page. And as I mentioned before, with where the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going, some of these characters will be appearing, and they're talking about the Young Avengers. They're talking about everything right now. So we wanted to bring this to you tonight. In addition to this, we should go back to talking about the JSA.
Yes.
This is an incredible piece of artwork by Mark Bagley and ink by Norm Retman. And it's just so beautiful.
Well, I was reading the back while I was holding it up, Nick, and I didn't realize this about Mark Bagley. He started his career as a technical illustrator for Lockheed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're drawing stuff that eventually goes into like F-18s and stuff, or F-16s. So you're going to probably be pretty precision oriented, I would think. And, that explains why his art looks the way it does.
It does. And 30 years of practice.
Yeah, 30 years of practice, of course.
So
All right, here's a weird question. If you could find Mark Bagley original Lockheed drawings, more or less expensive than Mark Bagley original Spider-Man pages or something?
less.
Because they're rarer.
Less. I don't care.
They're
Less.
rarer.
Service would probably come to your house.
Well, that's true.
That's top secret
Okay.
stuff, right?
All right. Less because the time in the pokey.
So what do we got this at? Sometimes I price some of the art and look, I've said this before, the art that I own that I bring on the show, I price it at really compelling prices. I hate selling my art. I really do, because I love my art. But the only way to grow the market is for me to bring you art that I love. And if I'm bringing you art that I own or selling some of my friends' art, then I can be more excited about it. I need to be genuine about it. I need to be honest about it with you. So sometimes I'll price the art and I'll say, Rex, remind me later what it was. So what are we offering this at?
$4.99.
So this is $4.99 for a 2-page splash by Mark Bagley. So
What would you say potential value is? I'd say 600 plus, Nick.
I would say definitely 600 plus.
If not more.
Yeah. I mean, this is a double-page spread. This is from, I don't know, what 2010. So this is 11 years old. Keep in mind, Mark only worked at DC for 3 years. He did the Justice League. He did the Justice Society. He worked on Trinity. He worked on a few books, but it wasn't that much. So there's only, if you look at Mark's 30-plus year career when he started with the Marvel Tryout comic and New Warriors #1, less than 10% of his career was at DC. So it is going to be very difficult to get any artwork by him. And look, in the next, in the Black Adam movie, keep in mind, Pierce Brosnan is playing Dr. Fate. So there's a lot going on here that is really, really cool. Look, this is part 2 of the JLA JSA crossover. This is where Starheart staked claim on Alan Scott and his kids, Jade and Obsidian. And basically the story was, can the combined might of the Justice Society and Justice League break up the newly reunited family before they unwittingly unleash serious damage on the DC universe? I think the answer is that, yes, they got to do it. Just throwing it out there because the DC universe is still here. But, this is a beautiful piece of original art. I love Norm Ratman inking Mark Bagley. He's just out of this world. And it's a beautiful 2-page spread. Again, this is a 2-page spread. So one thing I want to ask, if you don't mind, please hit that like button, hit hearts if you're on Facebook. If you're enjoying what you see, please give us that support. It would be really appreciated. Hit subscribe. This way you get notifications. Check out our channel. We do these original art shows to help grow the art market, and we can only do that with your support. So even if you come here to have fun, we love the fact that you're coming here to have fun. So a few people have seen this before, not this in particular. I'm going to show this in a second, but we're going to talk about, by the way, can we get the title changed, or did I screw that up in rebooting the computer? Because otherwise, John may take insult that I claim to be him.
My name's right.
Right. Well, the important person's name is right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
I can't tell time apparently, but I can spell 3 letters, which is my name. What's that? These guys. I like that one.
Oh, these guys. It's even.
Isn't it those guys though?
Those guys.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be
Here, you know what? I'll fix it. Hold on.
These guys?
I give Kyle a break. Kyle's, probably, feeling a little woozy from all the fasting he's been doing.
All right. So this is the Brett Booth original art, Teen Titans. This is issue 15, page 12. I think this is from 2007-ish. Brett Booth right now is really killing it. He went over to Marvel, did some X-Men work. He is now working with Todd McFarlane on Spawn when Spawn is on fire. Who's got great art at great prices? These guys. Thanks, Jordan.
Use guys.
That's it.
That's
Use
it.
guys.
Yeah.
That's it.
Use 2 Utes.
Yes.
Use
Okay.
old Utes. Use old Utes. So this was Dan Abnett. Really cool story. Really led into a lot that's been happening. And again, Brett Booth. What price do we got this at?
This one, Brett Booth, Norm Rapmond, Titans Volume 3, 2017. We've got it at $295.
So $295 for Brett Booth art. And I will say one thing, and again, do not buy this as an investment. We do not want you buying any art as an investment. Yes, artwork is going for a lot more money. And if you look at the Heritage results from yesterday, some artwork went through the freaking ceiling. There was a Dick Giordano limited collector's edition cover of the superheroes fighting the supervillains. And we all were talking about what it would go for. $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $11,000. $11,000 was the top one. It went for $90,000. Now, again, that's rarefied air. But it just shows you how zany this art world is right now. This is a great page by Brett Booth. Again, Norm Rapmond, just a phenomenal inker. Now, I will tell you how much I love Brett Booth art. Not only do I have this tonight, I'm going to show you a piece of art that is not for sale. Rex, just hold that for a second. I bought this Brett Booth art at around the same time. And look at how beautiful this is. I love this page. Check it out. I love this page so much that I rushed to open it and I ripped the art. So I highly recommend, no matter how much you love artwork, do not rush to open packaging. Be very, very careful.
Don't do that at home, people.
Don't do that at home.
Don't do that at home.
The worst part is it would be bad enough if I only did it to that. I also ripped this with it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
2 for 1.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful Will Conrad Wolverine. Maybe I wanted to share it.
Don't do that anymore.
I will not. Do not rush into opening art.
We promise Nick will not be packing these to send to you himself, okay? We have professionals on the job that will take care of it, that will not rip the art. Just saying.
No, I rip the art when I open it, not when I pack it.
Hey, we don't know that, okay? Because if you're packing it, you were sending it to somebody else. So we're just saying you should handle the packaging.
What's the most affordable piece of art we have tonight?
Let me see.
Is it going to be the Flashpoint?
I believe it is the Flashpoint. Yes, that is
All right.
correct.
This is Blue Line Inks. This was written by Brian Hitch and inked by Scott Hanna. So what Blue Line cut that price on the Wolverine page in half? Yeah, if I were ever to sell it, I just might have to, Jordan.
Well, he's
But-
already cut the page in half, so you might
Right.
as well cut the price in half.
And then we could decide which half you want, which half I want. So how much do we have the Tales from the Multiverse Flashpoint for?
$199.
All right, so this is $199. This is Blue Line. And just to give you a little bit of an explanation, Blue Line is when an artist pencils a page, either physically and then scans it and sends it to the inker. The inker prints it out and then inks it. That's Blue Line normally. This is the artwork that is used to print the book. So this is pencils that were digital sent to the inker, and the inker inked it physically. So you are getting original art. So this is probably like a $300 page, give or take. So we're offering it for $199. We just want to give you an introduction. As a lot of people know, Flash is my all-time favorite character. And for me to put this on the air and offer it means a lot, that I want to show the audience how great the artwork is, because I'm not one who likes to sell his Flash art in any way, shape, or form. So I'm going to show this up close. I know we're going to break in a second.
Truth of the matter is, Nick, you don't like selling the original art, period.
Yeah, I know, but it's a lot harder when it's the Flash. It's funny. I'm really fortunate with some of the art that I own, and I do get some requests on Comic Art Fans to sell my art, which I hardly ever do. I'm actually a lot more flexible selling my art here on the Experience, because I want to grow the art market. I want there to be more collectors to come in and buy original art, and we want to make it as easy as we can. So
And we may have discounted damaged art in the future.
No, not on my watch. Not on my watch. So, Kyle, I assume we're going to break right now?
We started a few minutes late. Let's give everybody another couple minutes before we take a break. Say 35.
All right, cool. So, this is just a great book. You know, look, the Dark Multiverse has been a great story. I mean, I'll give you the breakdown that was pretty much the copy written by DC, where they said, spinning out of the events of a world where a single choice by the Flash affected the entire DC universe. Find out what would have happened if Barry Allen had not put things right. In a world where the Flashpoint reality was never undone, where Thomas Wayne still haunts Gotham City as the Batman, and the Amazonian and Atlantean armies will prepare for war, will the Reverse Flash embrace this darker, deadlier world and finally eclipse Barry Allen's legacy?
You know, Nick, the way you read that reminds me when they used to do the Shadow on the radio.
Only not as good. Only not nowhere near as good.
We're starting to age ourselves that I would actually know that fact.
What evil lies in the hearts of men?
Well,
the
good-
shadow knows.
exactly.
Kyle could do it.
I love old timey radio.
You and me both, man. You and
War
me
of the
both.
Worlds, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a beautiful, beautiful page. And again, do not buy this as an investment, but this is the lowest priced piece of original art that we have tonight. And I just want to make it easy for anyone who is a little bit of a tighter budget to be able to pick this up. It's just a great page. I mean, you've got Flash, you've got Batman. I mean, it's a Thomas Wayne Batman. Whoa. Let's not bend it, even if I don't rip it. We shouldn't even bend it. Maybe Rex is right that I shouldn't touch anything. I think you may be right on that.
That could be bad because we're not letting John touch anything. So now if you can't touch any of the comics and the artwork, we got problems.
Kyle, what did you think of this story?
That was, I'll be honest, that was a period where I wasn't really reading DC very much.
Oh, okay.
I jumped back in with Future State.
Got it. So just in the
I
last
had-
year.
Yeah, I had taken kind of a break from reading as much. I was laid off during the pandemic and some other stuff had happened, so I was only reading about 4 books. And then DC announces Future State, and I go to my comic shop. I go, well, I don't know if I'm going to have to sell plasma or, start fighting people for money or what, but I'm going to need all the Future State books. And I fell back in love with DC Comics, after a hiatus. So the thing about this art that I love, and we'll talk about this, is look at the detail in the non-characters. So look at the sweat coming off of the Flash. Look at the background. Look at the bullets. In that page. It's these characters are so important and they're so iconic, and you know what they're supposed to look like. But when you see them with the bullet in the foreground, really taking up, a whole half of the panel, or in that top panel where you've got whatever that machine is next to Batman, that's taking up half the panel. The detail there is just astonishing.
Well, you're looking
really
at
like
Brian Hitch, and Brian does put a lot of detail into his work. And Scott Hanna is one of the best inkers this industry has ever had. I mean, he really knows how to complement an artist's work. And we're really fortunate to be able to have someone of Scott's caliber inking someone of Brian's caliber. So this is definitely a winner, in my opinion. It's only $199. It is the most affordable piece of artwork of the night. And, it will never hurt my feelings if it stays with me. I think we all know that. So,
yeah, I mean, I just, every show we do, we've got 3 or 4 pieces that Scott Hanna did. And I think that's a tribute to really how prolific Scott Hanna is.
yeah.
I mean, he inks everybody.
Well, think about this, okay? Walt Simonson, a number of years ago, worked on the Avengers with Brian Michael Bendis, and he specifically asked for Scott Hanna. This is Walt freaking Simonson.
Walt only inks himself.
Yeah, forever he's only inked himself.
Right.
So all of a sudden, he's doing an Avengers run, Kree Skrull War again, right? Or Kree's. It was the Kree, not Kree Skrull War.
Mhm.
That's a fanboy's dream to see Walt Simonson draw the Kree Skrull War, version 3, the third in the trilogy. But as he's drawing this incredible series, he asked for Scott Hanna. Again, there's a reason why Scott's one of the best inkers in the industry. I mean, he's inked everybody, as you can see, Brian Hitch, Walt Simonson, John Romita Jr., just the list goes on and on. So,
and when I got to talk to Scott Hanna, I asked him about inking Walt Simonson, and he just starts, talking about what an honor it was and how great it was. And I'm like, yeah, but you've also inked all these other guys. And he's like, yeah, but Walt Simonson. And so, Brian Hitch is one of those guys that what Scott does is add so much.
yeah.
And Brian Hitch already brings a lot to the table. So you add Scott to it, and now you've got 2 guys. Brian obviously is the penciler, but Scott could be the penciler on his own if he wanted to. So it doesn't, it's one of those is that you've got 2 top caliber artists working together, making each other better. That's where you really see,
yeah. I mean, look at him grabbing the bullet in the air. I mean, it's so perfect.
Right. All right. Well, you want to take a break a few minutes ago. I wanted to wait until now. So let's hit a quick break, and we'll be right back here on The Experience. Click the button, Kyle. Come on. Where's the... I'm trying.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
It has been brought to my attention that the humans Garrett Gunn, Dr. Christina Blanche, and Kat Wallace have taken the tragic death of my human John and my subsequent and ongoing brutal retaliation against everyone involved and made a cartoonish mockery of my pain in something called an effing Kickstarter. I want to set the record straight. I am not now, nor have I ever been, a good boy. You've been warned. What's up, the internet? This is Kyle. We're back on the original comics experience, original art experience on the experience. I'll be joined momentarily again by Nick and Rex, but I want to remind you guys, one, go follow us on Instagram and TikTok at @the_EXP1. We're really trying to get Nick to do TikTok dances. Maybe if you buy some art, he'll do one. I don't know. And then help our friends out. Head over to goodboycomic.com to support our friends Christina Blanche and Garrett Gunn and their Kickstarter for their book Good Boy. It's John Wick in Opposite World. The dog is the one seeking retribution. It's super fun. So we're back. Nick is holding up a lantern.
I'm trying not to cough.
Worth
Sorry.
it. All right. Nick is holding up a lantern.
I am. My two favorite characters are Flash and Green Lantern on the DC end. This is the Emerald Warriors. This is penciled by
He's choking to death.
penciled. I really don't want to sell this. This is penciled by one of my favorite modern artists, Fernando Pasarin. I am such a huge fan. When he did the JLA Suicide Squad crossover, when DC had that 5-week, 6-week crossover, and they released one JLA Suicide Squad book a week, I actually was fortunate enough to buy the entire issue by Fernando, plus the cover. So I am a huge fan. That's right, Will. Barry Howell. My calf name, again, go to Comic Art Fans. Check everything out there. My Comic Art Fan's name is actually Barry, Matt, Hal, Namor, Nick. So my 4 favorite characters, and Green Lantern being one of my favorite characters. Now, this is the Emerald Warrior, and this is Guy Gardner, but still a great Green Lantern. I love all of the Green Lanterns. But the artwork is Fernando Pasarin, inks by Cam Smith, and you can never understate how great Cam Smith is. I mean, this is the guy who inked Gary Frank for years on the Hulk, and it was just out of this world.
And we're selling this one for $3.95 tonight.
All right, and this is a splash. So $3.95. I mean, I know it's in 4 panels, but to me, this is absolutely a splash. I mean, check it out. I would value this in the $500 to $600 range, give or take. And we just want to bring it at a compelling price, because if this is something that interests you, that you would love to add to your collection, we want to make it as affordable as possible. Again, it's Fernando Pasarin, inked by Cam Smith. Cam Smith is just one of the most underappreciated inkers the industry has. He's like Rick Magyar, who just doesn't get his due. There's these inkers that are just so lush that that bring out the best in the pencilers that you couldn't tell the difference. And Cam is one of those guys. And you got to keep in mind, Fernando Pasarin is a Spanish comic artist. So there's not too much work that is going to be easy to get. You can get it through his art rep, no doubt about it. You can get it through Spencer Beck, the artist choice, but I don't know that Fernando sells everything. So, yeah, man, the Gary Frank art was super clean on the Hulk, and Cam Smith helped make that be the case. So, look at how beautiful this is. And look, this is part of Brightest Day. Do we know what year this came out? I can't even remember.
No, you know what? I don't know.
All right. So maybe Amy can let us know. Green Lantern Emerald Warriors Volume 1, Issue 5. So this is page 1, and it's part of Brightest Day. And the write-up DC had was that a whole new chapter in the epic Green Lantern saga gets underway as Guy Gardner begins his secret mission for Atrocitus, bringing him into
February 2011.
So it's 10 years old. So this 10-year-old piece of art that has Guy Gardner, that has Kilowog, that has Arissa, is only $3.95. I think that if this is something you can afford, if you love Fernando Pasarin, or if you love Green Lantern, or if you love a great value, this is a great piece of art to pick up.
Man, the cover of that book is one of the more disturbing covers I've seen ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's blood packed. So it's Guy Gardner on the cover with blood coming out of his face, like gushing. It's ugly. It's like WWE when they used to cut. Like,
I
it's
hate
bad.
when that happens. I hate when that happens.
Like, it's a beautiful cover, but I'm going, as much as I would love to own that cover, I don't know that I could hang that cover. Like, it's wild.
Give you bad dreams.
That's kind of it, when I buy art, I like to hang it and frame it and put it up, and that's one that I would think twice about. It would give children nightmares for certain, which is the mark of a good issue.
It's a mark of a great issue.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Ric Flair special, yes.
There you go. So let's see. I mean, look, we started late. It threw everything off. Let's go with this is, on some levels, the best value of the night. I mean, you've got the Inhumans, Volume 1, Issue 4, page 22, pencils by Tom Rainey, inks by Scott Hanna. This was the hunt for Black Bolt concluding. It launched Inhumans into their new destiny in the Marvel Universe. It was sister versus sister, cousin versus cousin, Kree versus Skrull. The loyalty lines were redrawn within the royal family as the Inhumans mission reaches critical mass. And basically the question was, can Medusa and her tribe get it together to save their once and future king, or has it been all for nothing? The seeds for the War of the King are planted right here. So this led into War of the King. Now, Jordan, in case you're curious, I'm almost positive this is a splash. This is Volume 1, Issue 4, page 22, the end of the story. Although you never know with Marvel. They may actually have put this on a future printing of the comic. What do we got this at?
$5.95.
So $5.95 for this beautiful Tom Rainey splash. I mean, check it out. This is cover quality. And again, inks by Scott Hanna, one of my favorite inkers. I mean, he complements him so well. The only character missing here really is Lockjaw.
That's the only reason I'm not buying it. Need Lockjaw the space puppy.
You got Trigon.
Yeah, but it's not Lockjaw the space puppy.
Right. I know. We all need a space puppy, right?
I mean, if it can't be Crypto, it's got to be Lockjaw.
Yeah, but Crypto you can take out to the park and stuff.
I would totally take Lockjaw to the park.
I was going to say Lockjaw can take out the park.
Right, that's why I'd be hysterical.
Hey, look at what J.D. Smith, a digital artist, said.
J.D. Smith, digital artist. I can confidently say I can't draw stick figures.
Use a ruler. You'll get better.
Even then, if I've ever drawn a straight line in my life, it was by mistake. So, I could have Tom Rainey draw it in, but I wouldn't do that to this piece of art.
I honestly, I really think that's what he meant. I think that's what he meant. Lockjaw can take you to the park. That's right, Dash.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Dash. It's definitely a cover quality splash for sure. And this is the kind of stuff Marvel likes to use for their second, third printings, their trade paperbacks, their hardcovers, because right there across the top, you've got perfect room for trade dress. You've got the perfect room for the logo and the title, and it's not going to interfere with the crux of the character art. Really, really quality page for something like that.
And look, as I'm in and out tonight taking the fiance to dinner. That's awesome, man. Have a great dinner. What I will say is, we were talking about Comic Art Fans Live, and we were talking about Bill Cox and Comic Art Fans, the website. The one thing I'll say is they have this event almost every Wednesday. This coming Wednesday will be the only Wednesday I know that they're not having it. It's called Dueling Dealers with Mike Berkey of Ramita Man. Check it out at ramitaman.com or Anthony Snyder of anthonyscomics.com. And they have a saying. They have two things. They say, one, it's very claimy. This is easy to claim. It's only $5.95, and check it out. It's claimy. And by the way, if you get a chance, you got to watch the Wednesday shows, Dueling Dealers. It is so much fun. The memes that they have are hysterical. But then the other thing that they do is Anthony will go and say, I love big art and I cannot lie. And it does not get bigger than this. And then he'll measure it by Hulk hands. I got mini hands, so I don't have Hulk hands. But, this is 3 mini hands by 4 mini hands across. We're going back to the Mark Bagley JSA 2-page spread, inked by Norm Ratmund. So what did we have this priced at, Rex? Because $4.99.
$4.99.
This is an incredible value. Again, do not buy any original art for speculation. Buy it because you'll love it. But this is an incredible value. 2-page spread. You've got Dr. Fate. You've got Obsidian, Dr. Midnight, Mark Bagley, who only spent 2, and I think you also have Jade and Alan Scott here, just harder to see right there. Mark Bagley only spent 3 years of his 30-year career to date at DC. So there is very little DC artwork out there. Most of it's been bought up, and you hardly have any 2-page spreads like this available. This is just a really cool value. Again, as I always say, I bring you the original art. We want to grow the original art market. We are bringing these at the best prices possible so that you can afford it, you can enjoy it, and you can just hopefully appreciate it as much as we do. And even if you don't buy anything and you come to our shows just for the fun of it, we love having you here. We ask you if you can hit that like button, hit that heart, hit that subscribe button. That would be really awesome to help our algorithm as well. This will allow us to bring you more great comic art to see. Again, if you want
to. All right, Nick, real quick, man, we only got about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
So let's show them one more piece we haven't shown them. We got a piece we haven't shown them?
We do.
Decisions.
It's right here.
There you go.
And it's by one of my favorite artists, Howard Porter.
Which you have mentioned has switched to, Spencer told you, has switched to
Pure Digital.
Right, which means that his original art is going to become increasingly scarce as it starts to disappear.
It does. Now, Howard had a great run on the Justice League, a great run on the Flash, a great run on almost anything he's done, a nice run on the Fantastic Four. Matter of fact, the few issues of Fantastic Four that 2 pages we had were eaten up. Jordan bought one of the pages, and Will bought the other page. You know, we brought him in at a great price, and they just got to take him right away. They got claimed immediately. What do we have this one at, Rex?
Let's see, 250 actually.
You know what?
Uh-oh.
We did the blue line, the Brian Hitch, Scott Hanna at 199. I'm going to do Decisions at 199, just for the fun of it. Oh, Dash bought one. Okay, that was where the third one sold. Yep. So I had 3 pages. Dash. That's right. I can't remember. I think it was either Jordan bought one week, and then Dash and Will bought the other 2 the following week, or Dash bought one week, and then Jordan and Will bought the other 2. But it was something like that. So Dash, thanks for the support. This we were going to put on for $250. I've decided to bring it in for $199. I love Howard Porter. If you love Howard Porter, this is your chance to get it. You've got Green Lantern, the Hal in my name on Comic Art Fans for Barry, Matt, Hal, Namor, Nick. So, and
That's
this
a
is one of my
mouthful.
favorite artists. Yeah, right? And this is one of my all-time favorite artists. I mean, that is no joke. I have a lot of Howard Porter art, and I've made this comment before. When Howard was working on Flash, I think 750 to 756 or somewhere around there, where it was Flash Year One with Joshua Williamson, and I have to tell you, Joshua Williamson is one of the best writers in the industry, one of my favorites. Easy to speak up about somebody that great. I said to Spencer reps Howard, I said, hey, man, can you talk to Howard? I want to buy the covers, if at all possible, and I want to buy any great splash pages. It's Year One. It's it's that special story. And Spencer reminded me, it's like, you know, Nick, I've told you before, Tom only draws digitally now. It's faster, and he feels that the quality is better, so it's all digital. I'm sitting there like, I was like, well, you know, what about just the covers? He doesn't even have a drafting table anymore, Nick. Well, what if I bought him a table? I could buy him a table, he could draw the covers, and then I can have the table back, or he can keep the table. I'm fine if he wants to keep the table. And Spencer was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So Howard broke my heart. But anyway, I still love his art no matter what.
But Nick will keep asking Spencer that same question, though.
Over and over. Every time Howard does something new with the Flash, it'll be, so did Howard decide to go back to pencil? A little traditional again.
Well, we know now because Spencer told us last week he can't due to an injury, but Nick can always dream.
I believe in miracles.
Right.
Miracles.
Nick can always dream and pray and, you know, light enough candles that maybe it'll happen. But while we're looking at this page, as we run out of time, I want to remind you guys tomorrow night at 6:00 Eastern, Nick will be back. I don't know. Nick, is Rex, are you back tomorrow, or is it John, or is it me? Who's on the schedule?
I am back tomorrow.
Nice. So comic collectibles with Dynamic Forces tomorrow with Nick and Rex. And hopefully Rex and I won't get drunk with power like we did on Wednesday, but you never know what's going to happen.
We may just night up get drunk.
Wait. What happened Wednesday?
It was all Kyle's idea.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, not important. Not important.
Show,
if you weren't there, it didn't happen.
His computer will freeze up, so delete the show now.
Right. Absolutely. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night from 6 to 8 for Dynamic Force, Comics Collectibles with Dynamic Forces. And stay tuned for all of our great programming.
How much time do we have left? Do we have a minute?
0 seconds.
Shoot.
So we will, let's save the lithos for tomorrow.
We'll have lithos tomorrow night, 6:00. We've got some really cool collectibles, and we will have lithographs, Jay Lee, Peach Momoko, so much more tomorrow night. There's a reason to tune in. We will see everybody tomorrow night here on The Experience. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, everybody. Thanks, everybody. Hit like, please. Pretty please. Please.